Hello, hello. My hair is looking a little crazy today because I was down at the beach and it's naturally curly. So anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me for this Tarot Tuesday. We have our full moon in Aquarius. So a lot of energy is happening. We have the energy of releasing, continuing to let go of belief patterns, thoughts, negative energy that we carry in our body, that we carry in our system, so that we can move forward in this new chapter with more of an energy of sanctuary and health and vibrancy, because so many of us are so tired and exhausted. Many of you might not be feeling that. You might not be in that same vibration of just feeling very tired and in this in-between state of the old version of yourself and stepping into the new version of yourself, but not really sure what that entails. So there's this curiosity, but there could also be a lot of anxiety and worry associated with that as well. So definitely, though, there are energies of longing, of questioning, of wondering what's going to happen next. And that can be in your personal life, or that can be in the greater context of the whole. And so that does bring a sense of uncertainty to the grander scheme of things, which sometimes makes it more difficult when you're trying to get your footing or grounding in your own life. So really bringing it into what you can work with, what you can focus on, how you can transform your energies at this time. So all of us will be struggling in our own ways. Only you know in which ways you can actually make an effort to improve the energy that you are emitting and what you're paying attention to and what you're sort of signing up for in terms of the energies that are coming your way and what you are allowing into your experience at this time. So for me, I know I had kind of gone on a binge watching session of a very violent TV show. And usually for my business and connecting into the angelic realm or the channeling that I do in terms of connecting to my guides and my past over ancestors, I don't usually, for one thing, drinking coffee, not the greatest, alcohol, never on a private reading or public reading, and also violent TV shows or programmings. That kind of just went out the window for me in the last couple of years. So whatever it is for you guys, you will be feeling similar energies. If you know what you're tapping into that is a distraction for you and that is actually bringing down your vibration a little bit. I mean, it's okay to do that once in a while. Just be aware of how it's affecting you and how it's affecting your outlook on things, your mind balance, your physical balance, and your spiritual and emotional balance. So for me today, in particular, I was really coming back home to myself in this energy of longing and anticipation and frustration, a little bit of anger, to be totally honest, in terms of looking at what I've accomplished and what I have done in my own life, and really having to take a moment and adjust the lens through which I'm looking. So I'd ask that you guys do the same thing, just a little check-in with yourself to see how are you talking about yourself in terms of your accomplishments and where you're at in your life. And so accepting and surrendering to where you are right now is a really good place to start in terms of just choosing this full moon, choosing this energy to go, okay, this is where I am. And if you haven't been in the energy or had the time to reflect and say, where do I want to go with this energy? What do I want to manifest? Because for me, I've been in this energy of, okay, well, I'm not sure what I want anymore in terms of what I went for in the past and where I am now, because there's this field of opportunity. There's this field of infinite potential where there's a lot of different options and choices that I could potentially make. So if you're in that energy as well, slow and steady, take your time, start to evaluate and look at some of the things that you've been ruminating on, whether it's travel, whether it's commitment, whether it is purchasing a home or moving, locations, moving home, whether it's your tribe and your friends or family. Where is your heart space at in terms of how open you are to receiving attention in a healthy way, love, affection, energies coming in, gifts, opportunities, invitations, and where are you at in terms of your ability to be alone and surrender to that loneliness that you may have at times. That was something that came up heavily today. Can you surrender to that longing? Can you surrender to that grief or that heartbreak that you may experience in any different level of your life? And we just had 555 on the timestamp there. So many of you going through very valid, huge life changes and stepping into this new dawn, so to speak, that has really been very slow to turn over in terms of the Wheel of Fortune. Very methodical and so many different things falling into place, a lot of divine timing, a lot of free will choices happening with soulmates, soul bonds, twin flame connections, that kind of energy. So, it really is a soul choice at this point in terms of where we go next and what we're wanting for ourselves in terms of our spiritual path, sort of destiny and fate. What don't we know we can accomplish? That is some of the underlying energies right now where we don't even know what we're capable of. And that's where spirit is leading us. So there's a tiny disconnect depending on how in tune you are right now with your guides, with your higher self, with your purpose and your mission. You might know that there's more, but you're not sure how to get there. And if that's the case, just slow and steady, listen to your intuition and take the steps one at a time. So let's see what we've got for the energies of this week. I pulled from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle, the Wisdom of Avalon, and the Work Your Light. And then I did a little bit of a romance reading for those of you who have been asking for clarity or questions or guidance in your love life. So I just did a little mini spread on that. So I'll do that at the very end. And so if you're not interested in that reading, then you don't have to tune in for that at the end. But let's get the general energies for this week. So what are we working with? What does Spirit want us to know to help guide us through these wild and intense energies? Let's find out. So we've got the Deer, Love. So this one came up the last time I did a reading, and I didn't come on Saturday, and I think I might not have even been on last week. Might have been 2 weeks ago, because I'm seriously still oscillating with these energies too. So don't beat yourself up if you're not 100%, and if you just can't bring it to the table like you might have used to be able to, because we're still regenerating and coming into new downloads, new kind of DNA structuring to bring forward into the new paradigm. So be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So if you haven't noticed already, loneliness, isolation, and changes to your plans, breakups, karmic energies, or settling for relationships that are kind of easier than the more in-depth relationships where you might get hurt more. Some of those have kind of fallen away if you did invest time or energy in like a lighter relationship that you knew you weren't really going to invest a lot of time and energy on, but you went for it anyway. You might be taking a second glance, a second look at your self-worth and what you've learned over the past couple years or past couple of relationships, and really looking inward at yourself and the mistakes that you've made and different patterns that you don't want to take forward anymore. You're recognizing, you go, okay, yeah, that's my shit, and I don't want to do it anymore. And this was their shit, and they're responsible for that. And so really coming back to yourself and giving yourself some love and appreciation for how far you've gotten, and really acknowledging, that we're not perfect. We do have weaknesses. And it's okay to admit that we had weaknesses. It's okay to admit that we made a mistake. It's okay to apologize to people. It's okay to set the record straight, so to speak, and really just take that time and energy to clear the air so you can start fresh. And even if you're doing that with yourself, that is really important as well. So really this just gentle community energy, and also being okay, walking alone for a while. And that might really piss some people off because you might have been asking for romance or connection for a little while and just getting really frustrated with that. And that's why I was saying in the beginning, it's surrendering to that grief, surrendering to that longing that might actually give you some relief, and acknowledging that that longing is there, but also recognizing that there are energies that are converging to help that come along. It's just not in your timing at the moment, but it could be really near. So let's see what the energies have to say to clarify that. Oh, beautiful. We have the Swan, the number 12, number 3, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts. So there are so many examples of where we have this information coming in cerebrally that could make us kind of think one thing or go in one direction. However, if you've been paying attention to signs, synchronicities, if you've been paying attention to dreams and messages coming through in your dreams, and your messages from your guides on maybe who is important to you, who is a connection to your heart, are there, lies, or is there deception that has a need to be cleared up? There's all sorts of energies that are coming in specifically for you, messages for you to pick up and understand what is transforming in your life. And this in the past position with the deer, I really believe means we have been transforming our love for ourselves, and that means we've been transforming how we can love other people and receive love from other people. And it was just 1222 on the timestamp. So we've had 555 and 222 as numerology reassurances in this reading so far. And the Swan is also a really, really gentle, beautiful energy, but also the Swan does connect in with soulmates, lovers, and even twin flame energies. So I haven't really talked a lot about twin flame energies, but what I'll just say is you'll know in your soul if that applies to you. I'm not going to try to define it because it actually kind of annoys me and frustrates me when people do try to define it, because it's personal to everyone out there. And like everything else, you have to use discernment and your own intuition, your own intelligence in terms of critical thinking and understanding whether something, a belief, is hurting you or helping you, or a person is healthy or toxic, etc. So that really is up to you to discern and figure out. But I do feel like there is a lot of energy associated with twin flames right now, or very, very important soul bonds that are helping us learn to love ourselves more, and therefore we come closer to having that healthiest version of a relationship with ourselves and another person. So this is really fantastic, beautiful energy to pair with the deer and love, and really tuning into those psychic gifts, because that will be helping us so much as we are very cautious and uncertain and stepping into the unknown here. We have to really trust our intuition. It is going to be like, that is the compass right now. Trust your intuition. Really pay attention to your intuition, because like there's some opportunities here that you don't want to miss. There is like the potential for your wishes come true. There's the potential for family. There's the potential for an amazing job opportunity. There's a lot of potential here coming from this really dark shadow energy, the depths of the despair and heartbreak, and really knowing yourself more. And then it's swinging to the other side of the pendulum, where it's like opportunity for the sun, opportunity for justice, temperance, opportunity for really celebration of self. So let's see what we have to clarify the deer and the swan energies, sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. So you guys are really stepping into your shoes in terms of leadership with yourself. So how can you lead yourself? And what happens when you feel that you're abandoned, or what happens when what you thought you knew totally transforms and changes, and then you totally transform and change in a landscape where, even though change is permanent, we really cling to comfort. We really cling to that energy of certainty, even though we know we might die at any time, or we know something can change, like your house can burn down and you totally have to evolve. You could lose a job, get fired, etc., or the company just closes. So there's all this uncertainty that we kind of understand is there, but yet it's human to search for that comfort and sanctuary and security. So there's this balance in finding that within yourself and finding that leadership within yourself in terms of how do you navigate uncertainty and change when your life flips upside down? How do you navigate when the universe or the world that we know flips upside down? And we've been in these energies for a couple months now. So you're starting to see your level of endurance and perseverance in terms of when things maybe don't go your way or aren't expected. So when things don't go as expected for you. So take a look at how you've come through for yourself, how you've come through for other people in terms of that energy. Because I guarantee you, if you haven't thought of it already, you've really learned something in terms of how you show up for yourself in times of trouble now, and how you show up for other people with that devotion to your purpose, that devotion to your commitment to self. And this is really beautiful because you've been transforming this whole time, and you're really at this pinnacle point, even if you can't see it, even if you are in a place of self-doubt, uncertainty, confusion still, underneath that layer or those layers truly is this energy of knowing who you are at an energetic level. So right now, and over the next couple days, or take this week, to come back to who you are, come back to your strengths, come back to those things in which you love about yourself. And if anyone would talk shit about you, you'd say, hey, no, this is who I am. This is the energy that I carry. And, standing up for yourself. So just be aware of that self-talk too. If you're getting down on yourself, stand strong, even if your legs are shaking, and your spirit is quaking. So hang in there, you guys, hang in there. And I know, we've heard that quite a bit recently or in the past couple months, and we're going, when does this end? But the thing is, this is a massive transformation, massive. The scale is something we've never witnessed before in our lifetimes. So we can't really argue or barter with the universe. All we can really do is move within our own scope in terms of how we can adapt to the situation, and moving back and forth between, our coping mechanisms and which ones are healthy and which ones aren't, and slowly eliminating the coping mechanisms that are going to hurt us in the long run. Okay. So really watching that energy of how you're coping right now as well. Okay. And feel free to say hi in the comments. I don't know who's watching, and welcome to the channel if this is your first time. I usually pull cards at the very end. I'll do personal cards for people if I have enough energy. So stick around if you want a personal card draw. And feel free if anything resonates with you, or you see something like a number resonates with you and you feel called to share it with the community or the group, please feel free to do that as well. It's nice to kind of see who's on sometimes. So let's get into the current energies. What does Spirit want us to know? The fox. So we have the clever fox, which is no surprise. This is part of my personal totem medicine. I have a fox portrait in this room here that you guys can't see. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you, and be open to romance. So this is one of the cards that says be open to romance with a fox, because the fox is usually a little bit like similar to the coyote medicine, a little bit of the trickster medicine in terms of something might not be on the up and up. Something might need to be cleared in terms of a lie or a deception from someone close to you. And you'll know if that's true for you, or if it doesn't resonate, then that's, don't get your hackles up, so to speak, in terms of, oh no, who is this? What's going on? You'll know. You will already have received plenty of messages. This will just be an affirmation for you. However, hey, Jake, how's it going? So I do feel very strongly, because I was called to pull a little romance reading here, that a lot of what's going on right now is strategy. So you have people who are strategizing. You have others soulmates who know either that you're in their sphere, that you've been talking to telepathically, or that you're already connected to, and they're realizing, oh my goodness, this is more of a connection than I thought, or you are seeing that in someone else, or you're really just opening up to the energy of romance and just understanding that you're clever. Like, if someone comes into your space and is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, even if you don't figure it out immediately, you'd be open to someone telling you the truth. And at this point, I do feel like many of you who are watching and who will catch the replay are asking for that. You want the truth. Even if it's going to hurt, you want the truth, because you want this foundation for what you're moving into and what you're building right now to be solid. You don't want the cracks. You don't want the foundations that you had in the past relationships, that, you wouldn't pay attention to red flags. You wouldn't listen when someone said they weren't ready, or that they were manipulative or impulsive, or had a history of cheating, or whatever it is. There is this energy of being open to romance, and also knowing that you're clever. And if someone's trying to put one over on you, you will figure it out. And ultimately, it will be that person's loss. And depending on your personality, depending on what you've been through, it's not going to go over so well for the other person. And they might really get some karma from you. So what I'm trying to say here is, don't worry about that deceptive energy so much. Trust that you will be able to see it. You'll be able to understand and hear if someone's lying. And if you feel in the background that something's not quite right, you're calling in the truth. You're saying, okay, I'm not going to move forward with this until I ask a few questions, or someone actually comes forward and says something, or the universe brings me the answers I'm looking for, shines a light on something that you've been uncertain or questioning. So those solutions are going to be found so long as you listen to your instincts. So a beautiful, beautiful energy here. And also, I believe foxes mate for life. So you might really be calling in a long-term partner here, someone you can really build with, a very strong den, so to speak, where you can really put the roots down and both have your independence, but really have that strong foundation for you to go off in your own directions, but always be able to come home to each other. So a very kind of rare and beautiful energy where two people have learned to be independent and take care of themselves and temper their emotions so that you can have interdependence instead of codependent energy, which is a huge, huge energy cycle to end. So that's a really good sign. We have disruption with this little fox. So I'm going to read this one. But remember, it said solutions to problems are easily found. So with this disruption card, I do feel this week we're going to have some left field information come through. It might be something you've already been curious about. Something might surprise you. You might be thinking it's one person, and then you get information that it's another person. You're like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. But you have the tools to navigate it. You have the tools to communicate with that person. You have the tools to say, hey, is this true? Like, this is what I heard, or this is this information that came through to me, and find solutions. And you'll make the right decision here for you because you're your first priority now. You're not worried about other people before yourself. So, if it's a deal breaker, then deal's done. You're moving forward. If it's not, you'll explore that. You'll figure it out, and you'll ask for what you need in the situation. So let me read this card out for you guys, because it's not just for me. So 12, 13. So we've got 2, 3 cards. We'll see if we get another 3, but 3, 3 is definitely an energy here. So we had 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5. So let's see what we've got. Disruption. And this is what I was saying. This marker warns of a shaky foundation placed on a fault line. So this kind of is reminiscent of the Tower for those of you who work with tarot or understand tarot. At best, this reminds you that shakeups are necessary when you need a wake-up call. It's a warning for you to be diligent and alert when making decisions. So signing contracts, just look at all the details. This can also portend a toppling of plans or ideas or a total destruction of something hard won, worked for, or desired. And you might be ruminating in those energies right now. So since it is in the present, you might be working with this energy, like disruption, or that energy of, because you're clever, that something's just not sitting quite right with you. You don't know exactly what it is, but like I said, you're saying, I want the truth. Universe, guys, show me the truth here. Who can I trust? Who can I trust? So be reminded that the way of the god, goddess is one of mystery and chaos is the ultimate cleanser. Disruption brings delays and upsets that have a hidden gift of opportunity within them. So you might also start to see some of the gifts that came out of the disruptions of your recent past, so of this last year or 2 years for you. This is the time to rethink, rebuild, and refortify that which was previously unstable, or it allows you to begin anew. So we have the possibility of some fresh starts, and that's where that romance comes in with the Fox too. This will be maybe for a select few. We'll see what the romance reading says at the end, but there are a few people who are going to be connecting with past life soulmates, and or are clearing up a cycle with a past life soulmate and or twin flame, because honestly, with twin flames or soulmates or life partners, life partner, I guess that implies you will be together for a long time, but with soulmates or twin flames, you don't necessarily have to be together for a very long time to reap the rewards of some intense lessons and soul growth. So what this is saying, though, is there might possibly be some reconciliations with someone very important to your soul path. And you'll feel it. You'll feel this connection. It's not going to be just about sex. It's not going to be kind of on that top level. If there's toxicity or was toxicity, you cannot enter back into that relationship or that dynamic with that still existing. So there must be change. There must be people taking responsibility for their actions. There must be communication, new communication, etc. So this wouldn't be just coming back into a relationship that didn't work for you or made you feel like shit, etc. But this might be the renewal of something with communication, with new commitments, with new intentions. It really depends, but I do feel that is possible for some people with this Tower energy. It could clear out doubt. It could clear out uncertainty. People might be having some serious spiritual awakening or acknowledgements that their soul just goes, holy shit, how did I miss that? So without this gift, you wouldn't be adequately supported later on when you'll need it most. So what Spirit is also saying, just imagine what's coming up next if we've had to go through this huge, massive dark night of the soul for the whole planet. Okay? A unified dark night of the soul. Think about what's coming. if we've just gone through a unified dark night of the soul and personal dark nights of the soul. And when I say dark night of the soul, that could mean dark 10 years of the soul. Like if you're going, whoa, I've been in it for longer than that, honey. I get you. You know, you might have had a full 10-year cycle of like really going through it because you're a teacher, you're a leader. So you will need that. And you might be one of those poor unfortunate souls, probably like me, who the latter half of your life will be the one where you kind of step into your power and are able to communicate what's really in your heart and your soul, right? So the great message reminds you that in life, all people, places, concepts, and things are but fleeting on the path to wholeness. Only spirit is stable and eternal. Such is the wisdom of Avalon. So trying to remember that some of these disruptions are actually helping us set up for that solid foundation. So it's like the universe is going to continue to shake it down. If we start building on a fault line, shake, 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 no, okay? And then you go, okay, I'm going to try over here. And then you start building on another fault line and it's like, no. So when you get it, when you're working with that solid foundation within, and then the solid foundation starts to show up in the 3D, then you're going to see it's just going to go, and you're going to be flowing and off, to the races, so to speak, because spirit is like, okay, it's aligned. This other person's aligned. That, they've got their shit together. Okay. All right. Like we've got unity consciousness. We've got unified masculine, feminine. We've got like that yin yang energy coming together. And, there's less of a fear of disruption anymore because now that you can actually get through more than you thought, even if it was very challenging and uncomfortable. So our clarity for that is pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Take a look at this picture. So it is showing a very, very strong crown chakra energy. And if you kind of look, it looks like angel wings in the background too. So there's a very powerful angelic realm energy happening now. So it is a good time to tap into archangels if you find that you're intrigued in that. Start kind of looking them up and seeing which ones might be able to help you for specific issues that you're working with. But it is saying these disruptions, this energy of opening to romance, being clever, understanding that you will have solutions to the problem. So universe isn't just going to come in and go, here's all this disruption, here's this lightning, I'm going to ruin your life, give you the boot, so to speak, and then leave you with no tools and resources to handle it, to deal with it, or leave you with no people to help you. Technically speaking, universe will send you assistance or people or knowledge, wisdom, intuition, guidance that will be able to help you navigate the disruption in your life. And we might kick and scream with it because we don't remember why we signed up for it. And you can just kind of think back though, okay, if it's this big, if it's this massive, I'm going to be helping people, or I'm going to be of service in really big ways, or this really is a powerful lesson for my spirit and really is necessary for my soul growth. So try to transform or alchemize your anger even at this time. Anger's healthy. I'm not saying don't be angry. But even for me as an Aries, if I get into that anger, I can go to the dark side really quick. I can be like, nope, fine. I'm not going to do anything for anybody. I'm just going to, be, I guess, distract myself with things that I know aren't good for me. So that's the only thing I'm saying there is just be mindful of how you're utilizing your emotions or that energy, because anger can be a catalyst. It can show you where you're grieving. It can show you where you are sad or upset something didn't work out for you. And it's a really powerful tool, just as powerful as all the other emotions. So I'm never one to say don't be angry, but just take a look at how you're using that energy. So, pillars of light. Let's see what the future is bringing. Oh no, I can't remember her name, but I'll try to put them in the they're right up here, but I got these beautiful, beautiful earrings from the market the other day, and I saw her work online, and I was like, I have to have some of her work. So if you're wondering about the earrings, they're handcrafted by a wonderful local woman here, and if you want information on her, I can send you some info. So, future position, drum roll, please. Yes, thank you. Frog prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. How many times have we heard that one over the last couple months, hey? Opportunities are close at hand. This is a serious, I've heard that message probably 20 times. So I think this is also why I've just been constantly reiterating, it's time now to really check yourself, okay? If you're going in the wrong direction, if you're spinning out, check yourself, come back to your center, because you don't want to miss out on some opportunities that are right here. They're coming, they're here. So if you're so focused on what didn't work out, if you're very focused on how shitty your life is, or what, you don't have, or what you didn't accomplish, you're not going to see these opportunities. That these are the ones that you have been working for and you have planted the seeds for. So please take the time to just recenter yourself and accept that there might be some really awesome opportunities and potential people coming into your life that are going to switch things up very quickly. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. So you might see ladybugs, kingfishers. Watch out for those animal totems that pretend good luck, good fortune. Look for numbers that pretend that too, just as confirmation for yourself. But the frog is a really, really beautiful one. It's about purifying, cleansing. So get out there into the water. It's also obviously transformation, metamorphosis as well. And, just kind of reminding ourselves that joy does exist still. Joy does exist. Abundance does exist. And if we felt very limited, it is here and it's coming. So hold that space for what is destined for you. Hold that space for what's your birthright to receive. Oh, you guys, this is good. You never know, right? Because as a reader, I don't look at them before. Some readers will have them all out, but I flip them as I go. So I'm kind of surprised with you guys as I'm doing the reading. So this is resonating the number 6, and it's the Grail Knight. And this is the wisdom of Avalon. And this is also really weird because I had a dream last night with Guinevere and Lancelot, which was out of the blue because I didn't watch anything associated with that. So I bet you're going to see in the feeds something to do with that energy is going to come up about the round table, about King Arthur, Guinevere, Lancelot, like that energy, something about it is resurfacing here. But the Grail Knight, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. So we're looking for the Holy Grail. Like we are the Holy Grail, but we're also looking for our counterpart in terms of the Holy Grail that can meet us and reciprocate the love that we have to give and really have that even, beautiful energy going back and forth. And that prosperous energy. So two people who are able to let go of the burdens of the past and start new, start fresh, and receive the abundance that is ready to come in. And this one really does also talk about new love and love. Like really, someone might be offering you something. Someone might be offering you a gift, abundance, good fortune, something that will make you really joyful and happy. Like something your heart is just going to, accept it because you've wanted it. You've asked for it. You've been manifesting it, alchemizing it. So that is coming through. Oh, this is awesome, you guys. Whoa! Spirit is really saying don't give up, because there's some freaking awesome energy that we're in the trajectory of right now. Because with tarot, the way I describe it is I can do a reading. It's like a snapshot of the energies right now. And when I tune in, of course, I'm tuning into those spirits, those tribe members who are going to watch the video, whether live or replay. So it's you who I'm tapping into the energy of you And these messages are for us, right? So Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. So all of this work, all this pain, grief, struggle, loneliness, setbacks, challenges, heartbreak, disappointment, they're all for something. We're building something out of that. So it's not lost on us. The effort we put in to those situations that may have not turned out the way we want, that effort is coming back. It never really disappears, just like Einstein's concept of energy, right? Like, it's not created or destroyed. So it's still there. That energy you put out, it exists and it's transforming, for heaven to come to earth for you. This is 5D into the 3D. This is what we've been really working for. That's one of the best lines I've ever seen in tarot. The frog, prosperity, the Holy Grail or the Grail Knight, and Lemuria, heaven on earth. And I have to say, I did not expect some of these energies, because even today, I, oscillate between feeling excited and wondering what's coming next, and really believing that love is in the air and that there's some deep changes and intuitive hits that I've been getting that I feel are true. But, there's always that weariness now. It's like, once you've been disappointed or once things haven't turned out, you're kind of like, can I trust that? So this is a great, fantastic energy to say, hey, stay, hold on to that trust and faith. Even if you're a little bit skeptical, please still just hold space for it. Even if you're not always in that energy, hold space that that's a possibility, that something amazing is going to come in. So there's only a couple of you watching live. So what I'll do right now is, if you're interested in the romance reading, I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to tap into those energies because I've only pulled 4 cards, so it shouldn't be too wild or crazy. And then after I've done that, if you would like a personal card reading, maybe right now you can put yes, please in the comments and I'll pull a card for you, because I've noticed a little bit of a delay in the comments lately. So I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. My mom passed away in 2015. And she had this mug, and it's one of my favorites. It's so cute. Of course, so that's mine. All right. Same with this little turtle. Anyway, let's get to it. So I really did ask for these messages for people who are like, what is happening in your love life? Or, hey, like, I'm getting these messages, just need a little clarity. So here we go. Let's cross our fingers. But we can handle whatever comes our way, because remember that fox energy, we have the solutions. So let's get the snapshot. All right. Playfulness. This is great. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this makes a lot of sense, right? Because when we feel stagnant or stuck and or disappointed or like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted mentally, spiritually, and physically, it's not really that exciting. Because if you picture, just picture meeting someone who's also like, oh man, like I'm totally exhausted, versus, okay, yeah, I'm exhausted, but I'm not going to focus on that as my primary element. I'm going to go, okay, yes, I'm exhausted. And because of that, I know I need to play a little bit more. I need to have more fun. Like I need to go to the beach, or I need to listen to music and dance around naked, or I need to connect with people who I can just have fun with and I can let loose with, or I feel safe with. So whatever it is for you, go play, flirt, have some fun, be sensual, connect with that side of yourself that you might not have been paying much attention to with COVID-19 and isolation and a lot of heavy energies playing out in the world, right? So playfulness, let's bring that playfulness back into our lives right now. And especially when we think about romance and who we're attracting and what we are, think about yourself as a lighthouse. It's like, do you want to be a boring lighthouse? Or do you want to paint your lighthouse? Do you want to put some flowers around the lighthouse? Do you want to have squeaky toys on the ground so that when your Grail Knight comes up and he's like, wait, where? I know that's really dorky, but I'm just saying, like, picture yourself as this magnetic, beautiful priestess, goddess, priest, god. Picture yourself as sexy and attractive and playful and fun, because that's what you're calling towards you. So if you're kind of like, I deserve love, versus I deserve love, like, come on in, right? So really just kind of get in touch with that playful, dorky, weird side of yourself that, you know, you're proud to emanate and proud to be in your authentic power and energy. So put that out there. Just remember that playful side of yourself. Remember that side that can, you know, just go camping or go skinny dipping or play cards and just kind of chill out with someone and enjoy yourself. Sensuality, I swear to you guys, this is like the 6th time in a row I've pulled from this deck, and I haven't pulled a different card. It just keeps coming up, so I'll read it. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger, but some of us could be. It simply means you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the senses. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, maybe sex toys. Or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you, the taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy. I don't know, your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if that means you're being sensual. Of course, you're in Canada. Remember your glory hole. So, you know, playfulness, sensuality, these are very fun little cards that we're getting here. And I kind of picked that up with the Grail Knight and the Frog of Prosperity and Lemuria. It's not going to be in that heavy, dark energy. So that's what we're leaving behind. We're leaving behind the burdens of the past, the drama. Goodness gracious, no more drama. So focusing on that playfulness. So 2 more cards here. I'll pull from my Oracle deck that I created, the Kindred Spirit Love Oracle, and see what it says. Whoa, this is awesome. You guys, this reading, those of you who've tuned into this reading, good things are coming. So abundance, it says, allow yourself to build the strong foundation. That's the 3rd time in this reading we've talked about foundations. Okay. Allow yourself to build the strong foundation of abundance that you desire. Material abundance is a factor in your romantic life at this time. One or both parties understands that a healthy financial foundation will allow you to have greater freedom in your partnership. It is wise to approach financial discussions from a place of transparency and honesty. So that's a great one too. You can be playful, sensual, and allowing this abundance to come in, and or taking opportunities that will give you greater abundance in your life, or even being open to romance. Because when I'm talking abundance, doesn't necessarily mean material, but all of it together holistically will bring you that feeling of abundance, right? So it does suggest that you might need to have some conversations about money. Like if you're worried about it, voice that and say, hey, I know finances are important. I want to be an equal contributor. However, I also want to play and have fun in the now. And so this is my intention with money. This is how I am with money, or my history with money. And this is what I want for myself. And so just being really open to that. And or your partner might have a different money story than you, or this new person, if it's a new person. So transparency and honesty when it comes to abundance, and acknowledging that, you know, if, say, someone is more egotistic and in that material realm, they might want to show their love by taking you to a spa or going to a certain hotel or whatever. And if you talk about it and you say, hey, like, I would love that at some point, like, you know, when COVID-19 clears, or like travel is a little bit more open, that's fine. Totally. Take me on a trip to Hawaii, or whatever you want to do to show your love in that way with financial material abundance. Or if you want to get a house together or whatever it is, feel confident in your material realm, but I also can go and sit on a beach with you that doesn't cost money. We can have a charcuterie like picnic, right? Like really communicate that you're okay with either, if you are. And if you're not, then be like, yeah, okay, I'll wait till you have your shit together financially, and then we can take it from there. So whatever it is for you, playfulness, sensuality, and allowing yourself to build the strong foundation of abundance that you desire. The underlying energy that's kind of present right now, I'm going to use my soul indicator card and we'll see what's going on there. Woo! So the soul indicator is a shadow aspect of selfishness. So this one for me, what I'm kind of feeling is that because I'm aware that the energy of the widow, the energy of like the 9 of Pentacles, kind of like being on your own, doing your own thing. And I guess what Spirit has kind of told me is why some of us need to be alone at this time is so that we don't have interference of other people's expectations of us. And if we're coming out of codependent energies, then that's even more important for us, because if you're a giver, you might change your idea or decision about something because of someone else, instead of using just your desires or what's right for you. So Spirit's being very strategic right now. If you're alone for a reason, so that you can make a decision for you. And then if that person is in alignment with that decision, it's going to work out beautifully, wonderfully well. And if not, then there's going to be someone else that comes in that's in more alignment with that abundance and that strong foundation. So there might be some selfish energies in terms of really looking out for yourself and not looking to the benefit of the partnership. But I do feel like that will kind of fade out as long as you're able to maintain that playful, sensual energy as well, so that you're not just, no, I'm just going to work, I'm just going to be serious, and my life is serious and horrible and doubtful and being that, because that's really not going to invite those playful energies in. And honestly, when you are obsessed with money and obsessed with putting all your time and prioritizing that, what ends up happening, unfortunately, is you actually find you don't have time or energy for anything else. And you will also probably find that you don't get further ahead. So it's kind of a paradox in that if you allow what Spirit is bringing through for you with teamwork, with companionship, if it's right for you, if this resonates for you, it will actually create that abundance that you've been trying to do all by yourself the whole time. And that's kind of like that aha moment where you're like, oh, that other person might be a catalyst for you to really flourish. And they might really be supportive and have an idea where you guys collaborate, or just their energy or their presence allows you to totally blossom. So just be aware that there's some opportunities here that Spirit is trying to bring in for you. Just be aware, keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, so I think that is it for our romance reading. So there's a couple people who want a card pull. Do you guys want a romance card or do you want a general? So just put R or G if you want a romance card or general card. And it's just 5353 on the stamp too. So 885353, if that means anything to anybody. So hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I had fun. I'm glad I came on because, you know, like I said, I haven't been on for a little while, but I was feeling it. I'm like, okay, Tarot Tuesday, let's do this. Okay, Jake, let's do a general. What I might do is pull an energy card for you. Okay. So this is from Return of Spirit by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And I'm going to pull for you here. I really like this deck. It's quite nice. So Jake, this energy, this card is for you. Clear these cards from the energies that no longer serve and align them with your highest purpose. What do your spirit and your higher self want you to know? Okay, so this is for... It's funny because I said 5353 on the timestamp, and hopefully, can you guys still hear me? I just saw a connection issue. But it looks almost like a infinity symbol here, number 8 too. So I'm going to read Storm for you. I got this one a couple days ago, and I was like, whoa, resonated pretty good. We all have to pass through difficult times in our lives. When things get tough, our vision and understanding can often become clouded. The feeling of being alone in it all, and even feeling abandoned by spirit in our darkest hour, can be overwhelming. But you are not alone at all. Hold on and hang in there. Every storm eventually passes. This will not last forever. This card is here to remind you that you really do have the strength and courage to survive anything that comes your way. Spirit is here supporting you in every step you take. Clouds always part, and the sun will make its way through once again. It is important to remember that whatever you are going through right now is for your highest learning and understanding. This card may come to you if you're having difficulty in your relationship with others. It is vital to remember that underneath anger is hurt. Forgiveness for yourself and others is a key to moving forward and healing this. This card also comes if you are experiencing any type of crisis, whether it is in your daily life or within your inner being. Just know that this is happening to enable you to see what is not yet in alignment of your highest good and what no longer serves you. This is your opportunity to make any changes in your life and to heal some very deep wounds from the past. Just know that you will survive this. Sorry, that's George. Just know that you will survive this with your sanity intact. I know many of us feel like do we need a straitjacket? Like pretty close, right? You'll be stronger, more understanding, and more compassionate with yourself and others. Have faith in yourself, faith that you can and will make it through this. Spirit is here to support you as you find your own light at the end of this tunnel. So, and that's another thing that's kind of paradoxical when we feel abandoned by spirit especially, is it forces us to show up for ourselves instead of kind of waiting for like an angel to kind of drop out of the sky and help us. We're our own angel that can help ourselves. And it's a tough lesson, but that means that you're at this level of mastery where you can, in a sense, rescue yourself. So you don't need to call in anybody to rescue you. You can ask for help, yes, and Spirit will assist you, but Spirit is trying to have you help yourself and show up for yourself and shine that light for yourself as much as possible. So that is your message, Jake. And Stacy, did you want a romance? I don't think I see it there. Maybe we'll pull one for you as well from the Return of Spirit deck. George is cruising around here. Got some dog animal totem there for you. That is so funny about the foundation that you're talking about, Jake. Oh, man. That showed up so many times in this reading. It's crazy. So, Stacy, this one is for you. Bless these cards with light and love. And these cards are any energy that no longer serves. This is a message for you from your guides or your higher self. What do you need to know at this time? Okay. So, Stacy, this one is for you. And whoever is watching, these messages are always in part for you as well. So, when you stay till the end and you're listening to the other ones, then they are for you as well. Woo! Fairy magic. Look at the colors in that one. Very wild. It's like very, even looks like a gem or wings. There's a lot going on in that fractal image. So let's see. Fairy magic. I don't know if I've really gotten this one too much. Let's see. Okay. Fairy magic comes when we are feeling a bit run down and tired. Okay. So we see a theme happening here. Or if we are taking life too seriously, that comes back to the romance. It's like the playful, the sensual, the abundance. Fairy magic comes to brighten the day and to put some spring back into your step. Fairies love to play, dance, and sing. They enjoy being in the company of their friends and love social gatherings. Life is meant to be lived and enjoyed. Too much of the heavy stuff weighs our energy down. Have you been working too much? Maybe you've been feeling fatigued or lacking a zest for living. Yes, I can relate. Are you feeling the weight of responsibilities and obligations? You could even be too focused on your spiritual and personal growth. And that's another thing. Like, and I've come into this too. It's like, no, I'm just tired. Like, no, I don't want to do any more work. No, I'm just done with it all. So it could also be that, right? This card will also come if you have been hard on yourself or trying too hard to accomplish a task. It's time to lighten up, to be lifted up, and enjoy life a little. Get out and play. Turn the radio up and sing your heart out. Dance as though you were a teenager again. Roll in the grass. Buy yourself some flowers. Get dressed up and have a night out with your friends. Just do whatever it is that will help you reawaken the playful nature sleeping within you. This is all about restoring the youthful, vibrant energy within. The elementals are here to assist you in grounding your energy back into the earth and to reconnect with nature and the animal kingdom. They will help you rediscover your vitality. You will start to feel better and more like your old self again. You just may find this card will help reinvigorate your intuitive channels and connection with the divine beings and spirits who are here to assist you. So if you're having issues with the spiritual side of things, just make sure to come back to that playful energy, less so about, is my intuition right? Am I making this decision? Instead, just be like, okay, I'm going to put some tobacco out for the fairies, or I'm going to put some flowers in the water, or I'm going to dance naked under the moon. Whatever you need to do to embrace that fairy magic, or make a bird bath or a fairy door, just, the inner child, the playfulness, the sensuality, it can all come together in terms of letting loose a little bit and connecting back in with nature. Could be picking up stones from the beach. There's someone that has been painting stones and putting them in the forest that I go walking in, and that's really cute. So maybe getting just some playful creativity going on. And if there's a friend that you can do that with, then you can also have that social energy and playful creative energy as well. And I know there's some limitations in terms of that right now, but there's also creative ways of doing things where you can connect and also stay safe. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading, these messages. If you'd like to donate, I do have a PayPal account that's linked to my Facebook page, Kindred Heart Tarot. I'll also put the link down below once the video is loaded onto my channel. So thanks so much again for joining. Take care, you guys. These are some really awesome messages. And just remember that beautiful lineup for the future energies: prosperity, romance, seeking the sacred, and bringing heaven to earth. So some really amazing energies that we are calling in, we're alchemizing. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, support my channel. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, because that helps me as well. So thanks, you guys, and have a good week. We'll check in with you next time, possibly Saturday. Okay, ciao for now. Bye.